Hi, good morning. Okay, so I have the ultimate travel story for you. There has been so many twists and turns and obstacles, and to be quite honest with you, I think that all my years of traveling have prepared me for this very moment. And although I am frustrated, once again, hangry, sad, mad, frustrated, exhausted, my spine is actually in pain. My back hurts in 6 different places. I could show you. If I could get up, I would absolutely show you. I would absolutely point out where and how it feels. And you know what? My neck, I only have one neck, but why is it that like 4 different points in my neck hurt? The way I slept yesterday was like flat on my back, because any other position hurts. I can't sleep on my side, I can't sleep on my stomach. It just hurts so bad. So the only way that I could get some rest is by sleeping straight on my back. And even then, I feel like any sudden movements, like if I breathe too hard, it hurts. And this is exactly what happens when you're stuck in an airport for 12 hours. Okay, so the story goes, me and mom, we've been wanting to go to Alaska, and we planned this trip in February. It was supposed to be a 7-day cruise, and we were gonna fly in from Anchorage. Our cruise would end in Vancouver. We were really excited for it, and honestly, this is my graduation present. She picked the location because she wanted salmon. I also want salmon, and this is also why we were looking forward to it. Me and my mom have not gone on vacation for a very long time. I know this year in particular, I went on so many weekend trips and did weekend traveling religiously. However, I do need you to understand there were periods in my time there where I needed to bring my laptop and I needed to stay up until like 3 o'clock in the morning to finish an exam because it opened right then and there, or I had to like complete an essay or like work on a project. But inspiration comes when it feels like it, so I would just bring my laptop and work on my projects like whenever it felt necessary or whenever I had like a spark of motivation. Anyway, none of that really felt like a vacation. So in this particular moment, I brought a book. I didn't even bring my iPad. I brought a book. And my mom, she hasn't had a vacation in forever. So like we were both very excited. And the thing is, like our flight, it was supposed to be at 6 o'clock in the morning. So can you imagine, me and my mom, we show up to the airport at like 3 because our flight is scheduled to leave at 6. And we're very punctual people when it comes to flying. So we get to the airport at 6. My mom checks the app, the airline's app, at like 3:05 a.m. Flight is canceled. And you know what sucks? We were supposed to fly again from Newark to Denver and then from Denver to Anchorage. We couldn't even do that. So then me and her were waiting in 2 separate lines because these lines are long. And you know why? Because nobody, not even the workers, not even the employees, are at the airport at this ungodly hour, this unholy hour. So I promise you, me and her stood in 2 separate lines for 6.5 hours, from 3 a.m. all the way up until 9:30 a.m. So as soon as I got in front of like this worker who is so sweet and patient and kind and understanding, as soon as I got in front of this person, I called my mom. I was like, Mom, come here right now. Like, I made it. So this person, thankfully, they gave us meal vouchers. It's $45 each worth of vouchers for meals. It's absolutely incredible. And this person allowed us to be on standby for the next direct flight from Newark to Anchorage. I was having a heart attack the entire time. The entire time I was waiting in line to see if I would even be able to get on this flight. It was just torture. It was just so painful. But then when I got on the flight, I finally breathed. I was able to like feel my heart again. I was not angry anymore. I was just exhausted. I'm a Sour Patch Kid. First I'm sweet and then I'm sour and then I go back to sweet. Because you know why? I stood up for 26 hours. I was awake for a full 26 hours. And you know why? Because I never thought my flight would get canceled. So then me being me, I was like, I'll just sleep on the plane. And the reason why I stood up was because I wanted to sleep through the whole flight. I've done this before in the past. It's been a very reliable system because I have to get used to the time difference, and I want to be able to squeeze in a nap so that my body can adjust to the time difference, and then I can finally get back into a normal routine. Couldn't even sleep on this line for 6.5 hours. I had strangers, people in the back of the line, like, not necessarily pushing and shoving me, but they were like touching my book bag. They were like, you gotta get up. Like, it was just a mess. I'm sleeping on my luggage on this line, and I'm not even taking that much space. They're waking me up so that we can all take 5 steps ahead. Not even 5, maybe like 3. Everybody's anxious. Everybody's just annoyed. It's just not a fun place to be. I was really praying for a lot of patience at this point. Hour 3, I was fine. Hour 4, I was fine. But by the time 5 hours had passed by, and you're telling me I still wasn't even at the halfway point of the line, you've got to be kidding me. You've absolutely got to be kidding me. So I was starting to lose it. And then I saw other people lose it, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to look like that. So I'm going to try and calm myself again. So then I spent like an hour on YouTube Shorts just watching the dumbest videos possible to try and like laugh something, right? Like distract me from my emotions and myself. I'm sleep deprived, I'm hungry, I'm angry, I'm sad, I'm confused, I'm annoyed, I'm irritated, and I could say possibly anything irrational at this point. After all of this, the one thing I want to do is eat and take a nap. And you know what? I can't even take a nap in the waiting room. It's an awful airport. I just don't even want to sleep. I don't feel comfortable sleeping. And then I finally get on the plane. The plane ride's like 7 hours. I finally sleep on the plane for like 2 hours, and I'm feeling wonderful. I get a snack, I chill out, I watch my movies. I watched Viva Las Vegas, absolutely incredible. I watched Kinky Boots for the very first time. It was so funny. It was riveting. I absolutely adored it. What else did I watch? I started rewatching some episodes of Friends. The last time I watched Friends was in middle school, and probably again a little bit in high school. So it was very comforting. Oh, I watched Funny Girl with Barbra Streisand. I loved it. Loved it. I'm fine on this flight. You know, I finally slept. I finally ate. I had some snacks in me, and I was entertained. And then I took another nap. And then I finally got to Anchorage. And now the issue is, can me and my mom even make it to the second port of call? Because you know what? We are missing 2 days. It's June 29. We missed completely a full day of cruising. We already missed 1 port of call. They're not allowing us to enter the ship and check in till tomorrow, June 30th. But we don't even know how to get there, and it's kind of far. So I'm like going on a deep dive internet search. What is this cruise port called? Can I get there by car? Can I get there by plane? Can I get there by train? How can we get there? And then I'm like calling everybody. I'm calling the airlines. I'm calling the resolution centers of this airline. I'm calling the cruise ship company, and I'm calling their resolution company and their airline service. I've been calling people all day for the last 24 hours, and I'm just trying to search for something meaningful and absolutely helpful. You know what's crazy too? I feel for the airline more than the cruise ship. I feel for the airline because there's a shortage of workers. So of course, when I was stuck on that line for 6.5 hours, there was also a person standing in line helping all of these people as fast as they can to get them from point A to point B without any help. And then finally, around 7 o'clock in the morning, 2 co-workers showed up. So there was 3 people now servicing this huge line. And again, they're standing and they're really trying their hardest to accommodate each and every single one of us for the flight cancellations, all because of weather. I'm really trying my absolute best not to lose it because it's vacation. It's just really getting to me. Good news is I actually slept. I did do some sightseeing in Anchorage. I think this place is really cool. I saw Star the reindeer. She is so cute. I'm 100% sure this is the first reindeer I've ever been able to see up close and personal, and she is absolutely adorable. She looks like Sven from Frozen, and her antlers are furry. All of her is furry. I want her coat. She's a beautiful brown color, and honestly, like, she's got the cutest playpen. Like, she's got the biggest soccer ball in the entire world, or volleyball, whatever. It's an inflatable ball. And honestly, like, I wish I had a farm so I could have horses, and I think my horses would like to have a reindeer in the family. This is all hypothetical, but yeah, I saw her, and then I walked a little bit of the coastal trail, and then I went to this fishing port, this fishing dock where the salmon would usually be seen running, but I went too late in the day. But it was like really cool because it was like 10 p.m. over here, and there were still people just trying to fish for salmon, anything really. And then just walking the city here, never imagined that this is what a city would look like. Really cool. I'm very excited. I hope you have a great day.